I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. Today, well, it's actually this evening because I've been waiting to the last minute to make my videos. I can't just make a decision. But I made these rolls the other day, and it might have been beginner's luck, but they were so good, and they were even good like 3 days later. We made like little pizza sliders out of them, but they're not very big, and they're garlic Parmesan rolls, and they're seasoned with a little Italian seasoning. Anyway, I wanted to show you that recipe, and you can shape them like a Christmas tree. I posted it on Instagram. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. It's under Tressa's Stay-at-Home Life. But anyway, I want to share the recipe with you, and then I'd like to share a dessert recipe with you if I have enough time. But I haven't been baking bread, and I need to practice again because I enjoy it so much, and it actually tastes better. So let's get started.
I changed this recipe up a little bit. Um, you can substitute one. I have 3.5 cups of bread flour. It calls for 3 1/4 cups. It actually calls for 2 1/4 cups of bread flour and 1 cup of wheat flour. I'm choosing not to use wheat flour. And you actually don't have to let these rise but one time. But I think I might try it this time, let them rise a little bit in the oven and then let them rise a little bit again. And always, when it's cool outside, I like to turn my oven on and let the temperature get up to about where it says about 140. And if it's too warm, I'll open my oven door. But it's I just checked it, and it's warm, but it's not too warm where it's going to cook it. But I'm going to crack it just a pinch. So I like to lay out all my ingredients. I have my bowl sprayed with cooking oil spray, and for some reason, I always like to start my bread with the yeast mixture. And here is my yeast, and you can tell my yeast is good, and I put 1 teaspoon of sugar in here, but I'm going to tell you the ingredients as I go, and I'll also put the recipe underneath the description box, because they say that it's for a bread machine, actually, is what I want to say. I can't talk today. I apologize. Now, this is 3 tablespoons of sugar. I always like to add sugar to some of my doughs. I just like the little hint of sweetness. I like to stir that in. I think my yeast was bubbly enough. I hope so. My yeast just it's getting old a little bit. And I'm gonna add let me show you this. I'm gonna do the flour first. Okay. Let's just put in it does not call for milk powder. I like to add milk powder to my rolls. I just like what it does. I like the flavor it gives. And to me, it makes it softer. And since this recipe calls for no milk, I'm going to add this. Now, I'm just going to put this in here. Actually, I shouldn't have done it that way, but let me get my spoon. And I'm going to put almost all the flour, but not all of it, just because you never know with the temperature, the humidity, your flour. You don't want to add too much. So I'm going to just put most of it in, but not all of it. And now I'm going to add... Now this in here, I just put it all together. It is 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. You could also use minced garlic, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to use garlic powder. Put that in. And we need 1 beaten egg, and my egg is at room temperature. And actually, another reason I got a little extra flour is my egg is extra large, not large. I've been buying the extra large. And we're going to put in a little softened butter. This is about 3 tablespoons, and it called for 2, but I'll have to overdo it, so it's going to be good. Sometimes I add the butter at the end, actually, instead of right now. You could probably put oil instead. You can just add whatever you wanted. This is a really, really good recipe. I hope it comes out well this time like it did the first time. Okay, so I'm going to put the dough hook on here and start mixing it. And my mixer's loud, so I'll cut it off, clean up my mess, and let this go for a little while. And if I need to scrape down the bowl, I will. So I will do that. For a couple minutes, I had to scrape it down, but it's still pretty sticky. So we're going to add more flour. And like I said, my egg was larger. And I think I'm going to add all of this flour, actually. And I might need a little bit more. It's so hard to put these bowls into there. Okay. Once I get it together, I'm going to need it about 5 minutes. And I think I may just do the one rise. I don't know. Since they came out so well the first time, I just might do it the exact same way. Timer. I'm going to need it for about 5 minutes, but I'm going to add about a tablespoon of flour, or about a tablespoon, and that should be just right, because you want it to stick a little bit at the bottom, but I don't like it when it sticks all over the sides. But I'm going to see how this does, and it's looking good. It smells wonderful already. I just love garlic. I just wanted to show you what it looks like while I was mixing. It's just, it's a little bit sticky, but I think I'm going to just keep on kneading it like this. And you have to judge it for yourself how sticky. But I think it's just coming up. It's cleaning the sides, and I just want it. It's a little bit at the bottom. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. But we only have a couple more minutes. I went off and I added 1 more tablespoon of flour, and now it's really cleaning the bowl. Well, it was. Every time I tell y'all that and I turn it back on, it gets all sticky again. Let me get it back to where it was so I can show you. Clean that bowl. But that's how I like it. I like it a little bit sticky at the bottom. So, and I added a little bit extra. So, it's supposed to make 16 rolls, but I might have a little bit extra. But that's okay. So now we'll move on to the next step. My dough's been resting for about 20 minutes because I've been cleaning up and getting everything ready. But this is going to be probably a little bit more than 16. I already said that. And I did say that I was going to let it rise twice, which was not true. Because the reason I wanted to do this was because you only have to let it rise once. So anyway, it's rested and it's soft. So I have a little extra flour right here, just in case I need it. I like to spray my hands with this stuff sometimes. And I also put it in a bowl that was sprayed with oil, so it's a little bit easier to handle. And another trick I like to do is take my, what is this called? You know, what is this called? I can't remember. A pastry mat. And I spray it with a little bit of this Pam spray or whatever kind, and just put a light coating of flour. And you talk about, it really works and it's not so messy. So let's just take this out, and it's really soft. And we're going to basically just make rows in the pan. It's going to look like this a little bit. But for my topping, I'm going to use freshly grated Parmesan. And this is parsley mixed with a little bit of Italian seasoning. Since I put Italian seasoning in the dough, I only put a tiny bit right here. Anyway, that comes later. So let's just start dividing this up. And you can weigh these if you want it to be exact. I just kind of estimate. Last time it worked out great, but since I'm trying to make a video, I'll probably mess up. But anyway, we'll get it right. And I didn't take my mat down, so it's going to be a little aggravating. But you can make them as big as you want. I don't like them very big. I'm just going to divide them. And if they're too big, you know that I'm gonna make them smaller. But it's very pliable, easy to work with. But I usually just divide it in half, and then I just kind of divide it in half again, or I cut it in 3. I just take it like this. Can you see that? No, sorry about that. I was trying to let you see the pan and everything. I'm still working on trying to work the tripod. Anyway. Just kind of, and you can just kind of feel around and see which ones are bigger. Like this one's too small, so I'm going to take some in here. But basically, what I do is, I didn't even count these. I'm going to have to, this one's too big. I like them small is the reason I'm doing this. I really like the small, because you're not eating a lot of bread if you eat just one roll. Here's one that's a little bit too big. This one's a little too big. Anyway, the smart thing to do would be to use your scale. But I'm not smart today. Okay. Still don't think this is right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope, I'm still off. So, let me get this straight and I'll be back. Basically, I'm just making little balls, and I'm one short, but it'll come out okay, I think. And I just keep tucking it under like this, and then I just pinch it closed like this. And then I take it on my mat and I just roll it between my hand and my thumb into a ball. And that's about it. And then I'm going to start placing it on my pan. Oh, and another reason I wanted to tell you, like when you spray it, the mat and you put a little bit of flour, it keeps you from putting extra flour into your dough. It keeps your dough soft and moist and pliable. I don't know why my number is not coming out exactly the way I wanted, just because I want to make a video, but that's okay. It'll be close enough. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep rolling them around like this. And then I'm not the best at doing this. I just do the best I can. I'm trying to make it smooth at the bottom and the top. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start placing them on the pan, and I'll show you how we're going to place them. Here's all the balls, and I am short one. I do apologize. My tree might not be exactly perfect, but these rolls are delicious. So we're just going to start placing them. You put one at the top, and you want to put them close together. You have a better rise that way. And mine are pretty close to the same size. Like I said, if you want perfection, which I probably should have weighed them, but I didn't. Because, oh, I messed this one up. Yeah. I probably could have gotten one more, but that's okay. It's going to be delicious, I hope. Just place them like this. And then we're going to let them rise first in the oven. And then we're going to brush them with melted butter and sprinkle them with the cheese. So, we just don't have a bottom for our tree, but I had help. Okay, you want them to be round too, just like this. Can you see that? See, it still looks like a tree, but what I'm going to do is, I think at the end, we're just going to put some pretzel sticks down there to make it a tree stand. So it's not, I guess I'm always in a hurry, so anyway, that's what they look like. So I'm going to put them in my oven, which is a little bit warm. And I think last time it only took 30 minutes, but it can go an hour. Just depends on the temperature in your house or your oven. And I think I'm going to bake these after either direction, but I'll let you know. I'm going to cover these with plastic wrap, just lightly, like so. Just like this, and put them in the oven, and I'll show you what they look like when they my rolls. They kind of didn't rise as much as they did last time. I don't know if I did something wrong but I'm gonna bake them. I'm gonna brush them with, oh look, my butter. Let me melt my butter again. Sorry about that, folks. I'll be right back. Brush them with butter, or you could probably use olive oil. I like to use salted butter, and also. It says to add salt to the herbs, but I find Parmesan so salty, I'm not going to add any extra. Hopefully these will come out in the oven, but they're going to taste really well, great. And they came out perfect the first time. I hope it's not my yeast. It could, who knows what it is. It could be a million different things. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm preheating my oven, and they should rise some more while I do that. So I want to brush them really well. I like it to be coated completely. And let's put this here. And I'm going to take about a tablespoon of Parmesan, freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Now I have a little bit extra in here because I like to keep some in the refrigerator. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit over the top. You could put as much as you want, I guess. This might be a little bit more than a tablespoon. But you want to just, I'm kind of frustrated because, but the recipe does say that it might take an hour. My house is kind of cool right now. So let's sprinkle a little our herb mixture and mix it around. Just, I like to break it up and just sprinkle it. They look so pretty when you sprinkle all the herbs on top. And there's a little Italian seasoning here. It'll add extra flavor. I'm probably not going to use all of it, but I missed one. Missed that one. This one. All right. So I'm going to bake mine on 335 convection, actually. To see if they bake a little bit faster. It should take about 20 minutes. I'm going to just use all of this. They're going to be really, really green. But it's Christmas, so that's okay. So I'll show you what they look like when they come out. They kind of stuck together. My balls flattened a little bit, but we still made it a Christmas tree. To be honest with you, my first one came out a little bit better, but the rolls are going to be still delicious. My dough might have been just a little bit too soft, but it's you know, sometimes it happens. But I'm definitely not going to waste these. These are really, really good. I just like to brush a little bit butter at the end. Not too much. And plus I don't feel like melting anymore. So I'm going to let these cool for a second. And I'm going to show you how we're going to eat one today. Close up the texture. It's really soft on the inside and moist. It's just how I like it. So I'm going to split this open and let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a little bit of this, it's roasted garlic pasta sauce. I'm just going to put a little bit. I can't eat tomato sauce, too much tomato sauce late at night. But it's going to be so good. We tried this last time and it was just delicious. But just put a little bit of that. Like that. And I need a little knife. And this is a piece of mozzarella that you can grate yourself, or just put a little cheese. I'm going to make a pizza slider. And I'm going to put a little pepperoni and a little ham. You could put onions, you know, whatever you like on your pizza. You could also put that. Peanut, go eat. My dog won't eat, and it's time for him to eat his supper. Okay, back with that. And just a little, you can put as much meat as you want. I just want to make a couple of small ones. Just put a little piece of ham. And these pepperonis are from the deli, and these are so much better than the ones you get in those little packages. And they just cook up so well. I can't tell if this is 2 or 1. Oh well, I'll just put that there. And we're gonna add just one little sprinkle of the Parmesan I had left over. And I'm gonna put them in the oven just like this. I like a lot of Parmesan. And I just left it on 350. Well, actually, I moved the oven to 350. So I'm gonna put these on, and then we'll do a taste test with our little pizza sliders. They look like we put them under the broiler for a second. And I'm gonna do a close up right here. We'll let them cool for just a second so I don't burn the crud out of my mouth. And I'll be back. Okay, they're still pretty hot, but we're gonna try to do a taste test. They're gonna be really good. And the cheese is so melty and delicious. Uh-oh. That is so delicious, y'all. I mean, even the roast by themselves is delicious. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. But and see, it looks like a roll when it's... My Christmas tree didn't turn out that pretty, but it's okay. I'm not going to be so hard on myself this time. It's not perfect every time. But the taste is there. The texture, it's really good. Hope you try this recipe. You'll have to let it rise one time. Hope you enjoyed the video. And the little extra pizza slider that we're going to have for dinner. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I would so appreciate it. And happy holidays, and I'll see you next time. Bye.